Hello and welcome to this EFT practice around exploring and cultivating a sense of inner and outer support. So we'll dive straight in just with a really quick reminder if you've done tapping with me before, and an introduction if you're not aware of the tapping points. If you've done tapping before with other people and even with myself, sometimes I use slightly different points. But today we're going to be using the karate chop point. I'm holding my hand up, but you can let yours rest down. The karate chop point, the top of the head, the inner eyebrow, the middle top of the eyebrow, the outside of the eye where you feel the eye socket, under the eye where you feel the eye socket there. And we're tapping super lightly here. Under the nose, on the chin, on the collarbone, and you can feel just where the collarbone runs, and there's a little dent in here. That's where we're aiming for. The side of the body and across the wrist. And again, you can have your hand down here while you're doing that. Now, if any of those points don't feel accessible, don't feel comfortable, you can skip them out. You can also swap hands, do each side if you want, if one hand or one arm gets tired. And I'll be moving us through and reminding you when we're moving through points. But if you miss one, don't worry, it's absolutely fine as well. So let's just start by tapping on that karate chop point and starting to find a longer breath. And if you need to do a few yawns, if you just let out any tension in the jaw and the neck and do what you got to do. And there'll be a few points in this practice where I'll ask you to fill in your own experience here. And you can say the words we tap on out loud or to yourself. If you're in a shared space right now where you don't feel comfortable to say the words out loud, that's okay. But if you are alone, I'd invite you to at least give it a go and hold it with some curiosity if there's some resistance to saying these words out loud. And as you continue to tap on the side of the hands, with eyes open for now, and repeating after me. Right now, I'm choosing to explore where I am supported. Both right now from my past, within and around me. The kind of support that enables me to show up with integrity, courage, patience, love, and confidence when I need it most. Even though it's easy to not see or feel this support sometimes. Even though I don't want to see or feel this support sometimes. Even when that can leave me feeling alone in it, holding it all. Right now, I am open to the possibility that I have an inner support, a strength, a resilience, even in those moments when I don't feel it. Right now, I am open to the possibility that I have support of others around me more than I might realize. And right now, I am open to the possibility of waking up to this more, so I can draw on this support when I need it most. Now, continuing to tap on the side of the hands, and start by connecting to the physical support of the chair underneath you, behind you, or if you're sitting on the floor, that support underneath you. And you might close the eyes here if that feels safe to do so. If it doesn't, keep your eyes open. Connecting back to that deeper breath, and notice that lifting quality of your inhale. Perhaps even lengthening your spine, the back of your neck a little more as it rises up each time. Notice the grounding support of your exhale as it connects you to the steadiness beneath you. And with that exhale, still maintaining that height of your posture as you do. And let those exhales release in any satisfying way you can. Huff, blow, shh. And now, as you continue to tap on the side of the hand, bring to mind a current or upcoming situation where you really want to show up, rooted in what's most important to you. Maybe you want to show up with some extra confidence, use your voice, whatever it might be. As you start to connect to that situation, why is it important to you that you show up in that way? And just be curious about that. Be curious if you notice any emotions arising as you connect to that situation that you're in, or know that it might be coming up. If you notice any emotions arising, maybe being curious about where those emotions are in your body right now. Maybe taking a moment to simply name that. If you notice those emotions there, maybe in the chest or wherever, just noticing, saying that out loud or to yourself. If you can't connect that to a body sensation, that's okay too. And keep tapping on the side of the hand, connecting to the situation. Is there any inner chatter, fears or tension that you notice connected to this? And we're not here to analyze anything, but just welcoming that in as really helpful insight to how you're relating to this experience. And we're going to start to tap. So let's start on the top of the head. Showing up in integrity and confidence is hard sometimes. The inner eyebrow. Sometimes it might seem easier to not. The top of the eyebrow. But what if I allowed myself to show up in this way? The side of the eye. Even if it feels clunky or imperfect when I do. And under the eye. And it might feel uncomfortable or scary. And under the nose. So right now I'm choosing to support myself in this. Into the chin. Not to make how I show up in this situation some sort of perfect, but make it honest. And the collarbone. Because it's important to me that I show up in this way now. On the side of the body. And as you tap here, state in your own words the ways you want to feel and show up in this situation. And then across the wrist. It's necessary and important to support myself as I navigate this. And you might want to state what that situation is. In the top of the head. I'm human after all. And being human is complicated sometimes. In the inner eyebrow. So I'll give myself time to reflect and prepare when I need it. The top of the eyebrow. Support my stress levels so I feel calm and safe enough to meet any discomfort. The side of the eye. To meet any challenging inner chatter as they arise. And under the eye. So they don't feel bigger than me. Because they're not bigger than me. And under the nose. I'll support my breath to keep my mind focused, just like I'm doing right now. Into the chin. So I can do hard things when I need to. And the collarbone. I can learn and grow from these experiences in the side of the body, and then be supported by that as well across the wrist. I will support myself to remember why this is important to me. And to the top of the head. And as you tap here, state in your own words why it's important to you that you show up in this way, in this situation, with regulation, with support in your system. Into the inner eyebrow. It's human to need support in doing this. In the top of the eyebrow. It's courageous to give myself this. On the side of the eye. And it's courageous to gather it from others too. And now I'm going to invite you to continue to tap around the point. So that might be maybe 5 or 6 taps at each point before you move on. And don't worry if you miss one. And as you continue to tap around the points, inviting in a few deeper breaths. And bring to mind anyone who you are already feeling supported by. In your life, it might be a friend, a mentor, a colleague, an ancestor even, a pet. Those people that remind you of your strengths, your values, what you stand for, and your potential. Those people that remind you that you can do hard things. And those people that you know have your back. Just holding that deeper breath. Keep that deeper breath moving and flowing through. Find that length in your posture once more. And as you continue to tap around these points, you might wish to say those people's names out loud or to yourself. And now, as you continue to tap around these points, state what it means to you that you know you have their support. What does it mean to you to know that they support you, that they have your back, that they believe in you? And now, bring to mind anyone or even a group that you could reach out to who you haven't yet. Another well of support available to you. And that might be to simply offload, get some advice, just be heard and not judged and not alone in it. And keep on tapping around the points. And reflect on how would it feel to have this extended support around you as you navigate the situation. And say that out loud now to yourself. How would it feel to have this extended circle of support around you? All right. Let's come to the wrist. So we're starting in the same point. Take a deep breath here. Let's start on the top of the head. I am choosing to broaden how I see the support around me. In the inner eyebrow. I'm choosing to wake up to the inner support I have within me too. In the top of the eyebrow. The things that I can offer myself. The side of the eye. The resilience and strength that I don't always acknowledge, but I know is there. Under the eye. In those moments that feel tough, stressful, scary even. Under the nose. I can remember what I stand for. Into the chin. I'm choosing to remember that right now in the collarbone. So here is my reminder, the side of the body, that I am courageous, and to the wrist, that I am resilient, the top of the head, I am supported, the inner eyebrow. There is support around me that I can draw upon, in the upper eyebrow. I can support myself gratefully and masterfully through the hard stuff and the good. In the side of the eye. I am doing that right now. And under the eye. And I commit connecting to this as often as I can. And come to under the nose, take a big breath. Let it go. To the chin. Another big breath. And then very gently start to slow down the tap. And take a hand to the heart and really take a moment to both give that touch and receive that touch. As you breathe into this touch, breathe into this heart. Take a few moments to notice what's here now. How are you doing? How are you feeling? And what's the quality of your posture? The quality of your attention? How do you feel about that situation now? How do you feel about yourself within that situation now? Is there anything you might like to do today or in the coming days to support yourself, to navigate this situation, to resource yourself as you do? Is there anyone you might like to reach out to so you don't have to hold it all alone? And on your next inhale, fill it up right to the top, hold at the top, and then the exhale really gradually out of the mouth. It's like you're beautifully deflating. Take two more like that, filling up right to the top. Take a little pause. And then let it all go. And one more at your own pace. And then just taking a moment to pause before you go on about your day. If you have a pen and paper, your journal to hand, I'll go and get it and just jot down anything that's present for you. Maybe if there are some practical things that you can do to support yourself in this day and days ahead. Any ways in which you want to perceive the situation. Any ways that you want to and might need to gather that support around you. And how you take care of yourself. Thank you for practicing with me today. This recording is yours, so you can return to it as and when is needed. You might want to go around this session one more time straight away. But I'm sending you so much love, strength and care. And thank you for sharing this time with me. And I look forward to speaking and practicing again with you soon. Lots of love.